So, hey, you guys, group. Um, so I'm this, for those of you watching that, oh, hey, girl, what's going on? Um, for the sake of of you guys watching the replay, and honestly, I just spent early because I was here, but I spent a good 30 minutes trying to connect my microphone and my camera. They like quit connecting to my computer for whatever reason. Let me know in Facebook, hey Emily, if you guys can hear me okay. So last time I listened to my replay, same with this, found out on my phone by my loud computer. So let me know if you can hear me okay in both places. But in both places, I also linked so every time as I start these continuing education that I'm doing, but I made a little PowerPoint for you guys. I need to get a phone holder. Had one, but it broke. But I made a PowerPoint, so you guys are welcome to like slide deck, follow along. I'm opening it up now, so I'll kind of be back and forth on Facebook. So if you guys have questions, go ahead and hey girl, and ask questions as I go. Kind of just setting myself up as you guys are coming on. There we go. So I made the deck, but honestly, you guys, emotions and essential oils are, are a really fun topic for me. And that to learn very quickly to not really feel things around me. That if I allowed myself to open up, so this is just kind of like how I grew up. I grew up with an alcoholic in my family, so I learned very quickly I had to like just detach myself emotionally from a lot of situations. So I found it really interesting that as I got, the more I felt, the more I allowed myself to feel. And the more essential oils aided me in expressing my manage because there's this book called Emotions and Essential Oils is one, but Feelings Buried Alive Never Die. Carol Trueman, and that's such a good book to have, and it talks you hold trauma and emotions and feelings manifests in ways such as sickness or and how even things such as like your birth story can influence like the level of sickness in your life, which I find super because I died at birth. So sometimes the umbilical cord was wrapped around my neck. So sometimes I wonder how much that's related to me sometimes like not expressing myself. So as to learn about emotions and essential oils, I really want to start with some of the super basic. Just really quickly, the 3 cool things about doTERRA essential oils, and the first cool thing, essential oils are safe and natural. So they're 100% natural. There's nothing added, there's nothing taken away, there's nothing addictive in them. And actually, oils, the certified pure therapeutic grade, and have opportunity to go to this website called source2u.com, and we can type in the lot number on the bottom of our bottles and see the test results for that oil, which isn't happening anywhere else in the realm of essential oils. So when I'm talking about essential oils today, I am definitely talking about, you'll see more like the Kleenex of essential oils. So we're not going to say essential oils. You'll see people start transitioning into just saying doTERRA. doTERRA essential oils are effective. So think about a drop of peppermint essential oil and how incredible it smells and how powerful and potent that is. So one drop of that peppermint essential oil is about 50 times more intense, 50 times more than you're going to get from like crushing a peppermint leaf, which is really awesome. So they're also effective in the sense that they're able to penetrate, which isn't the case in a lot of 2 days medicine with a virus. There's really not much you can do, right? It's resting, it's drinking lots of fluids. So essential oils are able to penetrate those cell membranes to really help you on that cellular level. So that's the second cool thing. The third cool thing is that essential oils are and they can actually be less expensive than your traditional medical care. Not only in the sense that like if my pink, that sort of thing. I'm also trying to be compliant as I speak through this. Or your kid comes home from daycare with pink eyes and you take your bottle of tea tree touch oil and you swipe it around, make like sunglass circles, like a figure 8 around your eyes several times over the course of a day or two. You don't need to even, like I typically would go and purchase the cream that the doctor tells me to get, but then I would never end up using it because the tea tree oil just helped clear that. And spent maybe $1 on using tea tree oil versus the energy, work, going to the doctor. So I'm not saying like there's not a time and a place for doctors. I completely wholeheartedly agree that there is, and I love that doTERRA is merging traditional healthcare with this integrative approach using essential oils. And there's so much science happening out there right now. It's mind-blowing. But what I'm saying, I'm eating is of what I'm putting on my body, in my body. For me, I'm able to open my oils and save myself the time, save myself the energy, and have a solution at my finger. That is like the epitome of healthcare. All right, so the second cool thing, nope, that was the third cool thing. So the 3 are aromatic. So aromatic, something like a diffuser, and in that diffuser you put a little bit of water, essential oil in there. And I know I always like to mention this because even having done this myself, coming from a different, just like over the counter, if we can call it that, essential oils from Walmart or Marshalls or wherever, when you put those into your diffuser, you're like, so when you come into doTERRA, you're going to notice that the potency is a lot more of these oils, so you're going to be using a lot less drops. Your diffuser is going to go a long way. Also, aromatically is just literally opening up a bottle of oil, smelling it. So good. This is doTERRA oil. Ooh, there we go. And I love to roll this on my wrists, behind my little ears, the back of my neck. Taking a few minutes to take some deep breaths and smell it in. So topical, also use essential oils for like skinnier, deep blue rub, which is really great for muscle soreness. Use it a lot, CrossFitter. And actually a really super effective way to use essential oils is internally. And again, guys, remember that I'm speaking directly about doTERRA here right now. Internally is not only really effective, but it's also recommended. So taking essential oils internally can look like grabbing and putting a couple drops of frankincense or something in there as you're battling, like feeling under the weather in these changes, right? It can putting a couple drops of essential oil in your S'well bottle, like I need to wash this one, like I do every day. So I keep a lot of citrus oils in my kitchen next to where I fill up my bottles of water. So those are the 3 ways to use oils. And if you guys just aren't quite sure, you can always look up the oils on doTERRA's website, doTERRA.com, and you can see the different oils on the bottle as well. On my website, I also have some safety. It's .com/oils, and then I have as well. I have some notes for myself. I'm kind of gonna read a little bit, but emotional well-being. So talking about emotions and responses. So emotions and responses will vary from person to person because of our unique personalities, right? So maybe hearing a loud bang for some people means like fireworks on the 4th of July and excitement, whereas someone who sees maybe that loud bang, run and hide, Maybe, and then again with certain smells too, like when you feel like a certain smell in the kitchen, right, can transport you back. How they perceive stimuli environment. This is why we all have unique responses and ways of dealing with emotions. Be perceived differently by 2 different people. So one of the questions I posed the other day on my Instagram was, can trauma be stored in the body? And I 100% think that is the case. Hi, Deb. No, you're good. And we're just getting into it anyways. So how can trauma be stored in the body? So this quote here is, everything that happens to us emotionally or psychologically happens to our bodies as well. It's all connected. If you look at people who go into fight, flight, or freeze response, just look at the way they hold their bodies. They're tense, they're tight, and their whole body is set up to protect them. And I believe that this tension is connected with the traumatic experience in ways we don't completely understand. It was just a snippet of this. And I think it was literally called, Can Trauma Be Stored in the Body? So if that interests you, it goes into like a lot more detail. Someone on Instagram's asked, I'm not even wearing a ring, bro. Which I am married. So essential oils can help regulate these negative feelings that come up for us in our day-to-day. So anytime we inhale an aroma, such as something like an essential oil, right, that processed through different parts of the brain in a particular sequence. So after inhaling aroma, the scent will be processed in the brain's olfactory system, which is for controlling our sense of smell, right? And then it travels to the olfactory system by way of the olfactory nerve, so that it can be processed. And then that's connected to the limbic system, which is the part of our brain where our emotions and our memories are stored. So when we smell something, it really directly goes to where our emotions and our memories are stored. And this can happen in a matter of seconds, you guys. That's why when you open a bottle of wild orange, I don't know if you guys are on, tell me what you feel when you open a bottle of wild orange. You feel this and this just like juicy, delicious orange coming at you. It smells wonderful, and it just transports you to like a happier place, right? Right. So certain aromas can elicit certain emotions. Each essential oil has a unique chemical profile, properties, and benefits, and that chemical makeup of the essential oil determine its attributes, its benefits, and what kind of emotional response it can produce. So you can actually choose an essential oil based on its chemical profile for the purpose of receiving a certain emotional response, which is really, really interesting. So you can really choose like, so I went through this just a little bit on this deck, and I'm talking about mint, floral, citrus, tree grass, oils, and spices. So with mint, for example, they have a high concentration of ketones. So those significant energizing or invigorating or uplifting properties. So when you open that bottle of peppermint, it's really going to help you stay focused. It's going to give you that extra boost of energy for your work. You can drink, add a couple drops of coffee to give you that extra boost. You can check out, there is a study done on peppermint and how it actually performance of athletes. I believe you can find that on pubmed.gov, and you can just search peppermint athletes possibly, and that'll come up. So it's really interesting. Composed mostly of monoterpene alcohols and esters, and those floral oils are known to promote toning and calming properties. Should probably be using one right? Citrus oils, citrus oils have limonene and beta pinene, and they typically have strong uplifting characteristics. People open a bottle of lemon and say it smells like sunshine in a bottle. Look on places at essential oil class. Wild orange. I mean, those of you who have been at classes before, you probably have experienced this, and it just transports you to just feeling happier, right? That strong uplifting characteristic. So tree grass are rich in ester oxides, sequestered terpenes, like, but how I say it out loud, I'm not sure. They promote soothing, renewing, and grounding feelings. So anytime, like Forgive, for example, is an essential oil that has oil. It's just, man, when you open that, it's like super. But in a sense, it's also refreshing. Okay. Spice oils like your cinnamon, your cassia, these are warming. So I have a friend on like a pack, people have like those warm, Deb, can you try this and let me know how it works for you? I'll have to ask her specifically what she does, but I think she massages in the warming oils into her hands when it's cold outside and keeps her warm. Like peppermint keeps us cool here. She uses the cassia as a warming agent for her hands and toes when she's really cold. Has this incredible emotional aromatherapy. Grab it. I should have grabbed it from my room. I know exactly where it is. Do I have any on here? Oh boy. No, it's okay. Okay, so doTERRA has this incredible, if you guys don't have it open, I am on of the of the slide deck that I have for you, and it's just like kind of a pretty picture of the emotional aromatherapy oils. So in there we have a few oils I'm going to go through. There is Motivate, Cheer, Passion, Forgive, Console, and Peace. So, slip of water. While there's so much I could have chosen for this, I just kind of went with this, what made the most sense, the emotional aromatherapy kit, about emotions and essential oils. Every oil has an emotional benefit to it. Like wild orange is the oil of abundance. So I love to diffuse that with something like Breathe to just remind me to like breathe, but also be open to receiving all of this abundance that's all around me. To use frankincense, for example. Oh gosh, is that rose or frankincense? I forget what the of frankincense is, but it's really connecting you to the divine. So I love to put it on my temples or diffuse it while I'm reading my devotionals in the morning. Or rose oil of divine love, which is what I was thinking. Also really great for skin. So you can just put it on. So thought about for just a minute. So Console of sweet and floral tea of tree essential, and it promotes feelings of comfort and hope. It's uplifting and positive. It encourages you to take your first steps on a hopeful path toward emotional healing. So Console is an oil that I really like this one. So this is also one that I will use as like my perfume every once in a while. What's in them. So I'm kind of gonna do this as Console, and it has frankincense, patchouli, ylang ylang, amyris, sandalwood, rose, and osmanthus. So yeah, it is so good. It is so good, you guys. You can apply this. You can. I love to put it. Again, I like to put a lot of emotional things like behind my ears, on the back of my neck, on my wrists, down my arms. It's just a really, really good one to diffuse at night. You want to switch up what you're using in your diffuser at night. So think about it as something that's going to bring you comfort when you need more comfort in your life. And I've heard some really interesting stories about how a lot of people who have been through trauma as we start processing that. So the next one is Cheer, and I actually did a quick little Instagram story this morning using Cheer and Motivate. But Cheer, it's like this blend of, but with Cheer, what is the oil that's in it? It's almost got like a sweet smell to it. With ginger and a little bit of cinnamon, nutmeg, vanilla, wild orange, clove, anise or anise. I still don't know how to properly say that. So it's this like fresh but minty almost. Where does the mint even come from? And I love to put this again, depending on how I'm feeling. So just kind of take this as like a general overarching for all of these emotional oils as my perfume. So taking a drop of clove, Cheer, even with the touch rollers that are pre-diluted, rolling it in my hand and rubbing it through my hair is one I love here. So then I don't know, it smells good. It smells good, and a little bit of oil and coconut oil helps smooth the frizzies away. Anytime, I swear, my husband this morning, he even says, "Man, you smell so good." I'm like, it's my job to smell good. But people notice as you're coming across people, and something like Cheer also helps switch me from like grumpy mode to just being more appreciative and more excited about what I'm about to do mode. So I put some Cheer on my wrist this morning as I went into my workout to just kind of switch from like morning mom being dropping everyone off at school to like, hey, I'm excited for the day. I'm excited to come work out. Forgive. So forgive is that will help you discover the liberating action of forgiving, forgetting, and letting go. And you guys, there's probably a whole sermon in here just with this oil, but this is a beautiful oil, you guys. I like to put it, I think I read somewhere to put it on your third eye, and not that I'm like super into chakras, but it's also not one, but I also find that I'm drawn to it towards the beginning of every. Interesting because I used it yesterday and today. This morning when I woke up, I just rolled it down my forehead. So it's got like a fresh woody aroma, and it helps counteract emotions of anger and guilt. And so you know that person you need to forgive so that you can move on. and forgive them. Say a prayer and move on, you guys. All right, so Passion is the inspiring blend. And this is a blend of spice and herb essential oils. Let me pull up exactly what's in it. See, I don't know all of this off the top of my head. I can tell you how it makes me feel. I love to put passion over my heart before things like this, like love to do that. Over my heart before I teach a class, before I go into a meeting with someone. And Passion, we have cardamom, cinnamon, ginger, clove, sandalwood, jasmine, vanilla, and dami, which I don't even know what that is. But you guys, this is like spicy, it's warm, it's rich. You can diffuse it in the morning to start your day feeling energized and enthusiastic. There, and you're gonna be like, so good. I like to add wild orange to this when I diffuse it. Summery version of Christmas. Apply it to your pulse points and your heart throughout the day to feel inspired and passionate. Diffuse it at work to spark creativity and clarity. Guys, there's so many fun ways to use these. And then Motivate is one of my favorite ones. It's a blend of mint and citrus essential oils, but there's, again, like also a little bit of vanilla in it. So it's like got this sweetness to it that is just delicious. It's got peppermint, clementine, coriander, basil, which someday I put on Motivate and all I smell. But I talk a lot about basil and rosemary oil because those two oils really help me get that mental clarity. So peppermint. I think I need a sip of water. Oils like basil and peppermint and rosemary. Oh, there's rosemary in this too. Such a good way to process. For me, past year of just brain fog and fatigue, cold brew coffee and Motivate. I was able to clear some of the fog. Plus a lot of other deep work. I've had a lot of people reach out about brain fog and fatigue and what I've done to get over it, of being consistent and persistent and asking more questions. But Motivate is such a good oil to give you that bit of energy and that bit of mental clarity that you need throughout your day. Peace, emotional aromatherapy you mentioned, it promotes feelings of contentment, composure, reassurance. It's another really great one to diffuse a calming environment and a rest. It's a really good one when your kids are driving you bananas. This, or like balance blend, putting a few drops in your hand and just breathing it in and just smelling the goodness is such a wonderful way to use this oil. So think of it when you're just feeling overwhelmed. Grab your Peace oil, and it has vetiver in it. So it does have this like grassy, grounding goodness, but also with ylang ylang and spearmint as well. So it's really a unique oil. And then, okay, so this last one I'm going to mention is Adaptive. So the whole Adaptive line, you guys, this is the calming blend. And see how I can. Think of this as the oil you're going to use stress and anxiety, anxious things multiple times a day. And I'm going to keep suggesting the same place, my wrist, the back of my neck. I do want to mention is citrus in this. So oils that have citrus in it that you're using topically and then go out in the sun. So if you've ever used lemon essential oil or lemon oil, goodness, lemon juice in your hair, you will know that your hair will get lighter in the sun. And if you've ever dripped it onto your skin, you know that you will burn. anytime an essential oil has the sun for 12 hours. So with this adaptive line, there's 3 ways to use it. There is topically with this one, there's a 15 ml essential oil that you diffuse and use that aromatically. And then it also comes with a capsule form of this oil that works with your body to just really help create that calm. So use when emotions are high and stress and tension seem to be relentless. And what's in it, you guys, this is legit stuff. Lavender, magnolia, neroli, sweet gum, wild orange, spearmint, copaiba, and rosemary soothe anxious feelings to round out this calming blend. So you can diffuse 2 to 3 drops. So the adaptive, you can roll the adaptive roller, or internally you can take 1 to 2 capsules as needed in addition to using them aromatically and topically. So it's really such a cool trio that is super beneficial. So I real quick wanted to mention stress, sleep, and emotions. There is an oil called Serenity, which is the calming blend, the sleep. So it calms the nervous system, promotes healthy sleep. So using that essential oil along with the Serenity soft gels and maybe with the copaiba, which is a whole other talk in and of itself. I haven't used copaiba yet. Copaiba, it's an incredible essential oil that works directly with receptors and has been compared a lot to CBD active effects and with a direct route to your CB2 receptors, which then help support your endocannabinoid system, which is basically whole body wellness in a single essential oil that is like $35 for 250 drops, super affordable. So that being said, so a really good nightly regimen would be a Serenity soft gel and a copaiba soft gel, or alternatively an adaptive soft gel with the Yarrow Palm capsules or a copaiba soft gel. So there's a few, I keep all of these on my different soft gels, and if I'm feeling more anxious, I'll typically grab a adaptive soft gel. Deep sleep and my emotions are pretty on point, I'll grab a Serenity and a copaiba. But if I'm feeling like super anxious, usually I'll reach for the adaptive, the Yarrow Palm, the copaiba regimen. So just a suggestion, and this is in the slide deck I gave you as of page 19. So I also give you a suggestion for a wellness box. So the adaptive collection, the wild orange, copaiba soft gels, the balance, that combo comes out to $145 point value. And that gets you, if you guys have your own account already and you order using this wellness method, which is called the Loyalty Rewards Program, you're also going to grab your free oil of the month, which this month it's an oil, how to pronounce it, Ravenstera. It's an oil in Breathe. So it helps promote that healthy respiratory function. It's not even something we can purchase. It also comes with free product credits. So people talk about doTERRA sale, and what that does is it gets you a 25% discount. When you order using the Loyalty Rewards Program, you can actually get an additional back in point. Eventually your essential oils for almost 55% off of retail pricing, which is incredible. So you'll get an extra 10 to 30% back in points to cash in for free oils. Sorry, I've been talking a lot. So I just program, because if you already have your account, this is going to be the way you're going to want to order these. If you don't already have your account, order is to reach out to me. If I'm the person who has guiding you, or you can head to my website, annabordner.com/shop, and that has all the details. It talks about what the different specials are for the different wellness kits, but essentially there's two different ways you can order. You can choose a pre-designed, and those are super easy. I love them. It's how I got started myself. I wanted to make few decisions and know that what I got started with were the top oils, and I was fully supported in using those 10 oils, which I reciprocate with all of you. Alternatively, if you would like me to help you create your own wellness box oils based on specific, it's $35, and then whatever at the 25% discount, and that gets you your 25% discount for a year. And you can do that. You can message me, or you can annabordner.com/shop. That will teach you, or that will have a form for you guys to fill out, and I can reach out to you and we'll connect. So lastly, I just wanted to mention there's 3 different types of people that I like to work with, or that I do work with. The first person is someone who loves their oils. They're super excited to get started with that first box of oils. They want to learn to get them at the biggest discount they can. They work with me to create their own, for me helping them create their own wellness routine for you, for your family, and you get your oils below wholesale. You know how important it is to keep your family healthy and you healthy. And you just love to soak up the learning, right? So the second type of person are those of you who can't wait to help your sister, your coworkers, your friends get started with these oils that have helped you so much. You just like hear about Deep Blue and you can't wait to tell your mom about it because you know she struggles with joint mobility, or your sister whose baby has the tummy troubles and you can't wait to give her a sample of that Digestin. So if that's to come and teach classes for you and your family, it can be super unobtrusive and at my local coffee shop, at your house. So just another option for you, and a lot of get free oils for it because you start sharing, and which covers your oils every month. The last person type of person I work with are those of you who are looking at me right now or looking at this and thinking like, I could do this. And maybe you're at the point where you're at this change and you're thinking that replacing or 10 times in, you are great too. But you see yourself aligned and teaching other people how to do this as well. All right, so feel free to reach out to me, you guys. My phone is dying, and I think I'll set here. So guys, feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Email me, or message me. Check out my website, annabordner.com, and we are good to go. And thank you, Facebook community, and thank you, Instagram, for hanging out with me today. Crazy.